Not just get through it, get from it. Soak it up. Each day is a piece of the mosaic of your life. Don't waste any.
Just get up and walk every morning, right? Now, it's not the walking that's actually going to make that person successful. Now, it will add to your success because getting up and walking fresh air and exercise is going to support you in losing weight.
I'll be honest with you guys. I'm thinking to myself, in my mind, I'm thinking, if you are a good mentor, you'll work on my schedule. Let's say 11 o'clock in the afternoon.
The journey about life and understanding what the truth process is in life is understanding that you have to go through certain circumstances to get to a certain level in your life. Now, many people do not have the patience to go through this process, but you have to have the ability to trust the process instead of rushing the process. How much patience do you really have on your journey now? I'm not going to lie to you, we all go through these changes where we want that now, we want that right now, we need it at that moment. Maybe you have to pay a bill, maybe you need that job that you've been working for so long trying to get it, but yet it hasn't happened yet. Maybe you worked so hard in your life and everyone rejected you.
Treat them with care. See how much you can get from a day. How much advice, how much information, how much color, how much sight and sound to add to your worth and your wealth and your equity of mind. Here's the next skill. Develop the skill to respond. The ability to be affected by what you see and hear and sense. Success is not just knowledge. Success is response to knowledge. Success is not just experience. Success is emotion created from experience. It's the emotional part that plays such a big, major part in our life and our future and our success.
But we all know that there's far more factors to consider. But what it will do is create the virtue of discipline, commitment. The fact that that small win associated with getting up every single morning is under your belt, you're going to feel the courage, the confidence, and you will have the ability to begin adding other things to your ability to grow stronger. So now that you know, it's been 60 days, 90 days, and it's like you got that pattern down pat. You get up every morning, you just walk, that's it. You don't think about it, it's become a habit. You now can use that tool of creating habits and instilling discipline with the next one. Basically what you're doing, and I've mentioned this in videos before, is you're getting comfortable with discomfort.
Responding to life means let sad things make you sad. Let happy things make you happy. Let puzzling things puzzle you, right? Let things that are difficult create difficulty for you. Respond. I'm asking you to get it. And I'm asking you to let it affect you. Let it do things to you. It builds your emotional bank. It builds your emotional bank. Number 3 is reflect. Learn to reflect. Reflecting is an extra way of getting more value from what you know and what you've been through. Reflecting is going back over.
You've got to get comfortable in getting uncomfortable. And the minute that discomfort begins to rule you, you are no longer in control. Now the circumstances are. So put yourself purposefully in uncomfortable situations. There's no virtues developed in a vacuum. Essentially, no virtue is developed in the absence of the practice, the expression. You've got to do the thing to have the power. Otherwise, you would have reached for 10 years. You're not a goal person. And to be quite frank, it's difficult for even myself at times. If I don't have something nipping at my ass, then why go after something? Right? You got to really brainwash yourself to do that. Let's create a situation where you sink or swim. And you'll learn how to swim. You've got to place yourself in the midst of a storm, and it's got to be a self-created storm. Otherwise, most people have to wait until the shit comes tumbling down before they take action in life. I'm inviting you to create a storm for yourself so that you will be motivated.
You felt that you didn't have what it took to get to the level that you want in your life. This is the process that I'm talking about. This is the process that you and I, all in this world, have to understand that we have to go through something to get to that level in life, so you've got to go through it to get to it. You've got to go through certain circumstances so that you can understand as you go through it, you learn to build. up on it. It's not going to happen overnight. I understand it. Believe me, I do. Especially in these times that we're dealing with right now, many people are losing their homes, jobs, even certain people are going through certain family breakups. But even then, you have to have the patience and the fortitude to try to get back in line.
That's it. Whatever it is you want to teach, I believe we can still learn that at 11 o'clock. I don't think there's anything magical about 4:30 a.m. As a matter of fact, I'm a little nervous about 4:30 a.m. because there's nobody to hold us accountable. Like nobody else will be up at 4:30 in the morning. And so I said to myself, Eric, as weird as 4:30 a.m. sounds, if 4:30 in the morning is going to do it, then you need to get up at 4:30 in the morning. And so 4:30, I was at the spot at 4:30. I was at the spot. When I got to the spot, the mentor said to me, let's go out in the water. And so I'm thinking to myself, I'm not really sure. The request is, I sense that I can be an educator.
See, you can't feel well and do well if you don't have good health. You can't perform if you don't have your health. Your health is valuable. Develop a health plan, a plan that you will follow, because this is the only vehicle that you have to carry you through this experience called life. And you want to take good care of it because you love you enough. You care enough about you. And that's not easy. It is not easy having a health plan and sticking to it. But you're worth it doing it again and again and again. I have lost 22 pounds several times. Next thing is, as you take care of yourself, the next key is keys to motivation, to self-motivation. You want to live life with energy and passion. You want to make a conscious effort to be lively.
You have to get past negativity. We have to get past doubt. And we have to understand that there's more to us than we could ever imagine. You have to trust the process. You have to believe in the process. You have to be strong in the process. And realize that it's going to take a little time. Now time does move on. And things just don't happen overnight. The beauty about the process is that you're learning something. You're learning about yourself. You're learning how to go through certain things, and you're learning how to build up. Instead of tear down, does it stress you out that you're not where you want to be? I can understand that. I've been there. I go through it day in and day out. And you will probably go through it as well. None of us are vulnerable to this. We are human beings, and human beings sometimes act on emotions, but you have to harness your emotions. You have to understand that you've got to go through something to get to the level that you want in your life.
Like I just feel it. Despite what happened in school, K through 12, let's forget about that. Like, right? Let's forget about that and everything I thought a teacher was. And I feel that it's my calling. I feel a sense of purpose to teach. And so I'm not really sure how going out in the water, I just don't see the connection between the two. And what I love about the guru is that there's no words. There's only this body language that says, if you want what you say you want, then let's not talk about what you want. Don't question me. I am here to help make your dream become a reality. There was something inquisitive. There was something in my spirit that said something about this is right. And I could see myself coming out of that experience and actually making my dream as an educator become a reality. I remember the water was cold as it hit my feet and then it hit my ankles.
See, in life, you either saying hello or goodbye. You either on the way or in the way. Leave dead people alone. Some folks just walking around looking sad. How you doing, honey? Stay away from these people. Just go away from them. It affects you. You want to smile. You want to be happy. You got a lot to be thankful for. But you watch some of the faces around you every day. And I tell you, some of these faces, they will put you in a depressed state of mind. So you want to avoid these kind of faces. When you see them coming, turn your head. Next thing is that you want to monitor your inner conversations. The things that you say to yourself. You want to watch them, and in watching them, you want to take charge.
You have to be hungry, and you have to continue to go after it, but it's going to take time, and you have to be willing to work at it as much as you possibly can. You have to have the patience, and with that comes the great rewards, trusting the process. Understanding the process, believing in the process, because if you're rushing it, then it may not work out the way you want. You may not even be ready for it because you went too fast instead of just taking your time. It's not going to happen overnight, but you got to be strong. You got to believe in it. You got to trust in it. You got to understand it, and you got to keep going after it. Ladies and gentlemen, these are some troubling times. We all are fighting the good fight. And maybe some people don't have the strength, and maybe some do. But don't be the person to give up. Don't be the person that wants to quit. Don't be the person that turns your back on a victory.